Final topic. It's selfish on my part.
Yeah.
We did the New Year's resolution thing. You know what I mean? And I forget what I said. A bunch of bullshit I already forgot. And started smoking drugs. Like I even said I wouldn't smoke drugs.
What did you say about smoking drugs? Like sometimes you go back behind school and you smoke a couple drugs, you know?
I'm gonna watch more movies this year.
all
I
right.
decided I'm gonna watch more movies, and I'm chronicling on my notepad on the phone every movie I watch this year.
Okay.
I have a good list going so far of things I've watched. This is done. This isn't looking forward, it's looking back. You know what I mean?
Okay, give me the list so far.
And I put them in parentheses on where I saw them and information I need to know, right?
Great.
So Sleeping with Other People, Amazon.
Okay.
Straight Outta Compton, Amazon.
Great.
The Visit, Amazon. Propaganda Wars, Netflix. The Intern, Amazon. Goodfellas, and I put in there repeat. I've seen. I don't want people thinking I've never seen Goodfellas. Christina never seen it.
I've never seen it.
Obviously. It's so good.
It's good. Amazon. Room, theaters. Birdman, Amazon. That was last night. But here's the thing: is like I feel like every time I go to the movies, I sit down. I'm like, I enjoy the movies. I should come to the movies more, and I want to do that more too. That's what I've decided. If on the weekends, if I don't have a game to play, because you know how I'm in those, there's nothing to play. I want to go out Sunday morning and go to the movies.
All right. I love that Sunday morning matinee. It's the
Come
old
with
person.
me.
It's the
Come
old.
do
I
it.
will go.
And
I'm going-
Sean Finnegan will always be down.
Sean Finger will always be.
Always.
Tuesday, my favorite zombie movie, and Lex Luthor, Michael Rosenbaum's favorite zombie movie is playing up here in San Francisco at the Alamo Draft House. I'm gonna go see that if you want to come.
Wait, which one?
Return of the Living Dead.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
You should come. Okay. It's $5. 10 o'clock.
At the Alamo.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I'm gonna go see more movies. But the problem is, I feel like every time I go to the movies and they show previews, I'm like, fuck, those all would be movies I'd see. And then you jump ahead. I'm sitting there at the Amazon thing, and this has happened for years now. I'm like, I got nothing to watch. Last night I was like, I want to watch a movie. I watched Birdman. I was like, this Birdman was not good. How did this? I didn't enjoy Birdman.
Birdman's one of those films where you know it's important, you know it's good, but about halfway through you're just like, oh, fuck,
yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah,
I'm a film student though. Like,
oh no,
so
don't get me wrong. I mean,
I'm not saying it was
love
bad.
films as
I'm
well.
just
required to
I might
like
have
that
actually
movie.
just said it was bad, but I don't mean it's bad in terms of it was a bad movie. It just wasn't connecting for me. You know what I mean?
It's to me, it was like it's very much in the same vein as The Hateful Eight, where I'm like, this is a good movie. I understand why people are gonna like it. I probably never want to ever watch it
didn't
again.
like it.
I never want to watch it again.
Hateful Eight?
Yeah. No, well, okay.
God,
So
you guys
like,
are so wrong.
okay. Not I'm not to hate too much on the Hateful Eight because I did like I watched it. It was like that was a movie. It was one of those things where it's like, oh man, okay, maybe I'm like weird about this digital thing, but like I used to be that film student who's like, film forever. We're shooting on 35 millimeter. It's a dying art. I'm gonna preserve it. And then like a couple years later, I'm like, digital's fucking cool. Make digital shit. Like when you're doing digital, like it puts the power in the hands of everybody. You don't need to be some like weirdo film guy to make a movie. You can just make a movie, and that is so cool. Like that, like that's like the newest thing in the world where everyone can tell a story, and to be so like adamant about wanting something to be filmed, wanting to be that pure classic experience. It felt like a backward step. And also it was shot on 70 millimeter. Everything outside looked really cool, but then the rest of the movie took place inside of a cabin. What are you gonna get on 70 millimeter in a cabin though? The Revenant though, like that I mean, I feel like I had to compare the two because there were two westerns coming out at the same time. The Revenant kicked ass.
Yeah, so The Revenant is one of those and let me clarify, I liked Hateful Eight. It's just when I think of movies that I want to see again, that's just one of those.
To be clear,
same with The Departed. I love The Departed. I'm just like, not Departed, excuse me, Wolf of Wall Street. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah,
I saw that. It was great. I don't necessarily know, because you brought up Goodfellas, which I probably watch once a year at least. It's on. I'm like, it's one of those cherished movies where like if it's on, you're like, fuck, I gotta watch this whole thing.
That's
now.
what happened. The end was on, and Christine was, and I was like, I fucking love this movie. She's like, I've never seen it. I stopped it, and we went and got it off Amazon. It's just like you'll watch it in full the way it's meant to be seen.
God, it's so good. But
when I walked out of Hateful Eight, the first thing I said to Sean, and he was like, so what'd you think? I'm like, I fucking loved it. Never want to see it again.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good. Like, that experience was awesome.
Yeah. I mean, to me, like, and going back to Birdman for a second, to me, both of those movies had two things in common, which I felt like they were actually, like, I was actually watching a stage play. And I don't do well with stage plays. I just don't. I don't like the sort of tableau nature of them. I don't like the fact that you feel like it's just a different art form that I just don't vibe with necessarily. And I've seen some really good plays, and I've seen some great musicals, but at the same time, it's just the pacing is so much slower than a movie, even on a subconscious level. Where the movies seem to move for a number of different reasons, a lot of which actually happen on the subconscious level, where like you're seeing a cut every 2 seconds in a film. Didn't used to be that way. So that's why a lot of people can't go back and watch old films from like the 30s, 40s, and 50s because they used to just shoot a big wide shot, and then every once in a while when they had to, maybe because the camera was like the size of a fucking room, that had to like maybe move it around, right? So the idea of the modern edit of like has just sped up as the time has gone on, and now when you watch an action film, it's like every half a tenth of a millisecond.
It can be done right. It's just harder to do. Like you take something like 12 Angry Men.
Sure.
That was a movie, like that's a movie that's 40 years old, but it's one of the most tense things on there. It's very much a stage play, but it is tense all the way through.
Yeah, sure. And I'm not saying you can't do it, but at the same time, like I think I'm a little too far down that rabbit hole of modern technology to really go back and appreciate or gain. I mean, I'm not saying I can never actually gain an appreciation for it, but it's harder for me to gain an appreciation for older movies like that, right? And I love movies like Casablanca, and I love movies like 12 Angry Men, but at the same time, I don't crave those experiences.
Right,
and so when I see those replicated in the modern day with things like Birdman, which was literally a play within a play, or a movie within a play within a movie within a play.
Slow down, it's gonna break your brain.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt me. It's cool, and I'm like, cool. This started as gimmicky for me, and is actually fairly like has gone to something different in that regard. But also, when I look at that, I'm like, he's a phenomenal filmmaker. But I look at Birdman, and then I look at The Revenant, and I'm like, okay. Fucking A. Like this is something that really, whereas this was cool, and like his whole purpose was to actually go from scene to scene like you would see in a stage play, where like when you see a stage play, you actually see the lights moving, you see the characters go off and then seamlessly come back on as another cue comes up, right? And so you see that mirrored in how he edited the film, where like he walks out of the street and there is a cut, but you don't really see it, right?
Yeah.
Same way you kind of see someone moving something, but you don't really, and the whole thing's glossed over. The Revenant's a whole different fucking beast, and that you have to see that in the theaters.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, Revenant is the top of the list. Yeah. This weekend, if I don't have like a Marvel Avengers, I'm gonna go see it. Otherwise, I'll play video games.
Yeah.
But like, this is just you just threw me for a bit of a curve, and I want to clarify for anybody at home out there. And the guy who did Birdman isn't doing Revenant, is it?
No, it was
Alejandro Inarritu. Yeah,
he is.
Does Revenant?
Oh, very interesting.
So that's why it's so fascinating.
This Birdman was on my Amazon watch list, and I got to it last. And I'm like, oh yeah, why not? It wasn't at all because like. Well, I'm going to see The Revenant. I got to see this.
I mean, it's not a prequel by any stretch of the imagination.
I know, Nick.
But
they could have existed in the
They're
same.
probably in the same cinematic universe.
That's true. Just a few years apart. No, The Revenant, it pushes the envelope in a different direction. That's why it's cool, and that's why I got always respect Inarritu, because he tries to do something different, right? I mean, he's presenting film in a way that
in
the very in the multiverse that is the Inarritu. I can. It's so hard not.
Inarritu-verse is perfect.
Inarritu-verse. But The Revenant pushes it. There's a lot of we've talked about it before, but there's a lot of media that came out around the production of that film. It was a very hard production.
Shot
unions got
natural
involved.
light.
Shot entirely with natural light. Shot in the cold, in those rivers. They had issues with the movie going over budget and over schedule, and the unions got involved. And Leonardo DiCaprio apparently wasn't all that happy, evidently. But so I hear all that stuff about it, and I'm like, oh man, this is like, what a tragic fucking misuse of resources. And then you see the film, and you're like, fuck, like all that sweat, the actual physical labor that the crew went through actually shows on screen, which is saying something. Yeah. Whereas, I mean, I think it did with Birdman too, but that was not that hard of a movie to film.
So here's what I want to do. I want everybody to pick one movie that I could get off of. I can get from a thing, not get off of, you asshole.
Whatever.
Not in a movie theater is what I mean. I'm already going to go see Revenant. I'm already,
because Tim's making the movie later tonight horizontally on his back.
Yeah, I want to see that.
It's going to be good.
So I need a movie each one of you recommends that I see. It can be your favorite movie. It can be whatever, but it needs to be something I haven't seen.
Okay, just of all time movies.
Yeah, you toss me something, and you know me. That's the thing. You all know me.
Yeah.
Have you seen Unforgiven?
Yes, of course.
Have you seen The Hunt for October?
No.
I think you'd like that.
Periscope. One
ping only. My choice for you is The Revenant. Obviously, I hope you said.
Yeah.
Have you seen?
You just said Hunt for Red October.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Of course.
Fuck yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen it as an adult. You know what I mean?
You'd probably still like it. I watched it 2 nights ago.
As a kid, I had no idea what the fuck was happening. These people were exploding.
No, you
Kurt
don't
Russell's cool.
have any idea.
Okay.
What's going on with that?
Vernon, what do you got for me?
Okay, wait. Do you like horror movies?
Yes, very much so.
Okay, and have you seen 1982's The Thing?
Not in a long time.
It's first of all that one.
Is that another one I need to watch?
That's like it's. Oh my god, it's so good. It's
Carpenter.
Yeah, it's Carpenter.
Yeah, John Carpenter, and like it's one of those like movies that influenced later horror movies, and you can see that. But the weird film student one I want to give you is The Fall.
Okay. Which one's that?
It's oh god, it takes place. It's a period piece that takes place in the 1920s, and it's about a stuntman who had a back injury. So he's in this 1920s hospital. And he develops a friendship with this immigrant girl who broke her arm like picking oranges in California, and the entire story is him telling her a story in order to gain her trust so that she can give him morphine pills so that he can overdose. And that sounds really, really dark, but it's one of those movies that was like very like stalwart about like getting the shot and making it look as amazing as possible. So like there's these, it's like the most film student. It's the most cinematographically inspiring movie I've ever seen, and it's like it's very the same with the Revenant. Like we're gonna wait here until the time to get the shot, and it's going to be beautiful. And like the thematically, it's just. And I'm not sure if like you guys are the same about this, but like it deals with like the origin of ideas and like how you come up with an idea, and like that's something that's been like big for me, especially with all the weird YouTube stuff I'm doing. Like, where does an idea come from, and how does that become a thing? And like it explores that thematically. So, watch The Fall.
Okay.
So it was signed off on by Spike Jonze.
I know him.
Yeah.
He did a Weezer video. He's very talented from that Weezer video.
Definitely.
He did 2 actually, but I'm of course thinking of Buddy Holly.
I am, I'm not that type of movie guy. I like
Which
movies
Fast and the
a lot.
Furious should he
I mean,
see?
but that's the thing.
I've
he
seen
already knows
those.
about that, and that is the thing that I preach of like people should watch this as a joke, but also because it does get.
They're not
got
bad
family.
movies.
But the thing, I don't know if you've seen this. You might have, but the movie that I like will just recommend as being fucking amazing. Well, first off, Django, you've seen already.
Yeah, of course,
Okay,
yes.
because Django, I fucking love.
Django's amazing.
I don't think I could recommend you a movie that I'm like, oh, you haven't seen this, but Black Dynamite.
No, I haven't seen Black
Oh my
Dynamite.
God.
You'll like it.
Oh,
There you
okay.
go.
Well, that's it then. Black Dynamite, when you watch that movie, you're going to be like, I understand how Tim's head works a little bit better. It's just fucking, it's gold.
Okay.
Such gold.
So Revenant, which we already knew, that's a cheat. That's not one that counts. But for Hunt for October, The Thing, The Fall, Black Dynamite.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to think that I only watch movies with "the" as the first part.
No,
of
it's
the name.
fine. Don't worry. Yeah, I understand. That's
I
just
do.
with the
I
best
do that
movies too.
exclusively.
The Point Break,
The Point Break.
The Roadhouse.
Pretty much is watch anything early Patrick Swayze. You're good.
Thank you for your advice. Ladies and gentlemen at home, of course, I want your advice. So leave me recommendations in the comments. Maybe for some of them, I'll tell you if I've seen them. Others, I won't come back to this video to check the comments. Because that's how YouTube works.
Way to
It keeps-
incentivize people to share, Greg.
No, do it in the beginning. You do it in the beginning when the video is hot and fresh. You
I
share,
gave a
you
whole
share 3
lecture
weeks from
about
now.
this.
Share 3 weeks from now. I got other videos to be doing. I
Call to
got
action.
who's minding the PS I Love You store? That's what I want to know. Greg is. He's in those comments checking it out. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Don't.
Okay.
It's fine.
This episode is brought to you by Loot Crate. Would you classify yourself as a geek, gamer, or pop culture nerd? Then this is the subscription box for you. For less than $20 a month, you get 6 to 8 items of gamer and pop culture licensed gear, apparel, collectibles, unique one-of-a-kind items, and more. Make sure you head to lootcrate.com/kindafunny and enter the offer code kindafunny to save $3 on any new subscription. We want to believe. With the revival of the X-Files that we've all been waiting for, there has never been a better time for an invasion. An alien invasion. It's an alien invasion.
Did I say something right now?
No, that was good enough. That worked. Packed with the thrill of an extraterrestrial encounter, this month's crate features exclusive items from The X-Files, Alien, The Fifth Element, and Space Invaders, including a contest-winning shirt and a terrifyingly cute plush. So hop on your power loader and head over to lootcrate.com/kindafunny. Enter the offer code kindafunny to save $3 on your new subscription today. Thank you, Loot Crate. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vernon.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you, Nick. Everybody, go subscribe to Hot Pepper Gaming. Follow Vernon's Twitter account.
Thank you. At Vernon Shaw.
Unfollow the Hot Pepper Gaming Twitter account that's getting too much credit.
Way too much. No, wait, follow both. Do both.
And
Thank
fuck
you.
those pizza bites.
Guys, thanks so much for having me. Like,
Yeah, fuck
this is like-
Tostitos.
Fuck those Tarantinos. What are they called?
Tarantino's. Fuck
Tarantino,
Quentin
like,
Tarantino's pizza.
You put 8 Tarantinos in a circle on your plate, and you put it in the microwave for 2.5 minutes, and then
Yeah.
they're lava hot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
lava
Tarantino's.
hunt?
Lava hot.
Oh, lava hot. I thought you lava hunt. That's like a thing.
But yeah, guys, can I just say thanks for having me on? This is like
course. No,
this is
dude,
like a
thank you
dream
for
come true.
coming.
I had a lot of fun doing this.
No, we love you.
Yay.
You know that. You're welcome anytime.
Oh, thank you.
Until next time, wear floral prints.
Hey, Greg.
Sorry,
yeah,
I'm just
bloopers,
really, really
which is
excited
just
to be
something
here.
happened.
I just want to check in on this issue real quick while
Yeah,
before we start.
Yeah.
Who's gonna give it to me?
X is going to give it to
Oh.
you.
How do you want this taken?
Thank you.
I love that that's
let's
in the
do,
Deadpool
let's do hot
trailers.
dog.
It's
So it's everywhere now.
Yeah,
We're gonna talk about that. That's gonna be my first topic. But
Are we-
that
Wow,
guys.
look pretty. All right, Tim, you smile less this time. No, you're smiling more.
Am I smiling?
Oh, this will be the blooper. It's him taking the photo. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funnier.
Yeah.
I thought you said it was gonna be the blooper was gonna be him asking for the photo.
No, that's the whole thing.
That sounds dumb.
Is it too short? Just the photo.
Is it too short?
Nick, you're really basing there.
I'm sorry.
No, it's just.
That's what Nick does. That's Nick Scarpino.
You got a fucking
Man about
wide
town.
lens on that motherfucker, dude. We look like fish-eyed. It's great.
Cool.
It makes my face look especially more spooky.
I'll tweet that momentarily.
Thank you.
Okay.